Good morning, everyone. So, I'm here to speak to you about sustainable design. The problem is, I don't know about sustainable design. It's a big issue. So, I'm going to speak about what I know, means design only. So, design is a term that everybody uses in different way. So, let's together try to figure out what design stands really for. Let's try to figure it out. So, is it the real meaning of design, making some nice looking fancy chair? No, absolutely not. Is this transportation modes the real goal of design, making some nice cars with luxury into it and making them very appealing? This is not what design is supposed to work for. I need to switch it on. It will be better. I'm sure it will work now. Look, magic. Yeah, it's the other side. So yeah, is this fashion accessories the main goal of design? No, we can go like that further and further. Apps. Are apps the real meaning of design? What design is supposed to do? No. Robotics, is it what design is supposed to do? No. So, what the hell is design? What is it? All what you see here are mostly what people understand from design. Good-looking car, good-looking fashion accessories, and all this kind of. Design is not at all about this. Design is very specific. There is only one goal. Design is not aiming at making babies. This is another part. We could make a TEDxSTMirasCollege for that, but I'm not going to reach it there. No. So design is about enhancing human life on Earth, starting with the babies. Okay? Being born is one of the hardest things you've ever done in your life. Okay? And after that, you grow. The design is supposed to help students, young students, to go through the school, to teach them, to learn in a good way, with having pleasure, and to teach them the real life, the real meaning of life. Design is supposed to help teenagers going through the teenager phase, where everybody is looking to know who they are and what to do with their own stuff, and to try to find a place in a world already full with other people. Design is also supposed to help when you're starting to date to find the other person of your life. Design is also supposed to help and enhance the experience on growing a baby inside you to deliver a baby. It's supposed also to help you having a good time with your family, having a good family, spending time with it. Design is supposed to help you also in office. You're having a good sharing between your office time, your family time, having fun in your office while being efficient. This is what design should do. But it's also dealing with the needy. Mostly design will be dealing with the needy. How we can help people and enhance their life to at least what others have. Design is also about helping people with health problems or the older one that can't enjoy the full of their potential anymore. And also, of course, design is about death. How to tackle death, how to help people to face death, how to remember people. This is what design should do. Design should be about enhancing human life on Earth. I'm not saying enhancing this generation life on Earth. Okay, this is bigger than that. I'm saying about enhancing human life on Earth. It started 200 million years ago, and hopefully it's going furthermore. Okay? So this is what design is aiming at. Here, when we say that, design should tackle with all this, it means that designers are able to change the life of others. It means that they can change the rules, bend the rules, change the world. Let's have fun. Let's call them the masters of the world. Not that I'm very proud of being designers and they are the real masters of the world, but the masters of the world in terms of mastering. in terms of they know it. Because in order to change something, you need to know it. Okay? And this is what School of Design are teaching students. They are teaching them nowadays to know what's around in order to be able to interact with it. But we are masters, okay, this is explained, of the world. Which world are we speaking about? Let me introduce somebody that we know, that is very important for me, very important for you. Mrs. Earth, called Gaia, called whatever you want. If you look at it this way, and it reminds me something that is coming from 1991, when Jean-Loup Chrétien, he's a French astronaut. Actually, we say spationaut for European guys. So he's a French spationaut that show us live a view of Earth from the International Space Station in 1991. And I first saw this picture. It was not this one because it was shorter, okay, but it's something like that. And he told something that stuck in my mind. It's looking like a tiny soap bubble in the empty space. It is. Look at it. It's a small soap bubble in an empty space. And if you look at it, I'm a fan of science fiction. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. But I'm sure you will know this. Uss Enterprise. It's a Star Trek spaceship. If you look at this, it's not really having the shape, but it is a small bubble in the middle of the universe. And inside this ship, there is a crew that is dealing every day with the amount of resources they have to survive one episode after one another. Sometimes they are attacked by bacteria, sometimes they've got oxygen leakage, sometimes they've got problem with their water. Whatever, each episode is the worst thing for them, and due to the work of the crew inside, they manage to survive. And they manage to keep their spaceship floating in the emptiness of space without having any, like the fighting jets, that where they are coming after a big bomber with a rope and they plug it to refuel. They don't have a refuel. We don't have a refuel. We don't have any supplies. There's not going to have a big planet coming and giving us a lot of water. Take some more water. How much? 5, 6? Okay, 200 rupees. No, it's not going to happen. This planet is everything we've got, and we have to deal with it. So in order to deal with it, we've got a crew. I'm the crew, you're the crew, everybody's the crew. So let's look at what are the skills and the activities of the crew today. Crews are, and we've just seen it, spending a huge amount of time, on internet, checking very interesting facts on dogs, cats, and epic failures. Epic fails. Oh. Okay. They are also spending a lot of time following the activities of very, very important crew members, the ones that are going to change the world. Spending a lot of time doing that, and spending a lot of money. We've seen that already. And also, they are following some crazy guys doing some crazy stuff in order to distress. And sometimes some of these crazy guys escaped and become presidents of big countries. So which is very, very interesting, because then you've got a big part of your crew that is going berserk. Okay, so this is very dangerous. We also have in our crew this is 1991 also. This is Rodney King. I don't know if you remember Rodney King. He's a black guy that has been beaten up by the police and are being caught by street cameras. Images have been spread all over the world and launched riots against racism all over America and all over the world. So racism is part of our crew also, and all kind of other dislikes. That can be color-based, religious-based, whatever based you want, sex-based, whatever. We also have wars. Today there is 6 wars. Every day there's at least 6 wars happening in the world around us, creating destruction, pain, on all this loss of friends, lovers, families around the world. And these guys are running away. They are running away from everything they've got, house, job, money, family, to find refuge somewhere, and they are parked like animals in refugee camps because nobody wants to share their money, their food, or their space, or even jobs with them. And if you are here, like me, it's because you are not one of them. And you can, on weekends, go on the seashore to enjoy a very nice view of the sea, to take some selfies, maybe to share on your Instagram. But if you didn't do that, please go quick while there is a sea. You know what it is? This is our bees, dead bees, obviously. Bees are one of the 2 species in the world that are helping the crew, are part of the crew, and making us alive today. You know how it works. Bees are making the pollination. Pollination is making fruits. Fruits are going down. They are making seeds. Seeds are making plants. Plants are feeding animals. Plants and animals are feeding men. No bees, no more men. It's one of the species that we need to take care about, because if we don't, we are dead. The second one is ants. So tiny little stuff that are so important for all of us that we are completely ignoring them. So most of you say, what is this guy doing? He's just killing our moral health, our energy for today. Yes, but there is change, there is hope. People are fighting against this. They are having riots. They are having, quiet riots. They are showing that they are not willing this for religion, for racism. We've got, we are changing things. There's working space that are doing co-working space. We work on all these kind of that are changing drastically the way we are spending our days. Okay, it's still a small part of our job structure, but it's increasing at a very, very big speed. Job is changing. Sorry. And everything else is changing or can change. This is a project actually done in French by SOE architects. Imagine this as, there is a scene where your Korean band can come and play. Everybody will come inside. They will dance, okay, like crazy. They will sweat. They will exhale CO2. All this will be harvested and sent to the hydroponic plants at the top. These hydroponic plants will grow fruits that are going to go down into the back for a supermarket, into the front, to the stage, to be sold as juice or alcohol for the dancers, in order to have a looping business, a looping economy. Oh, this is remind me something, when things are going around to come back, to finally go around again. Forests. Have you ever seen natural waste in forests? Because you see plastic bags everywhere now, but have you seen natural waste in forests? No. Forests are engineered in a way that there's no waste. Everything that falls down is used by someone to create food. It's either food or being used as food for others, but there's no waste. And what is the beauty of this? Is there's no waste of energy also. The ants are not using incredible amount of energy to transform waste into something valuable. They are just eating it. Or they are giving it to another bacteria that is transforming it for them for free, and they are picking it from it. So there is this kind of economy that is very, very not on the spending of resources of energy, but it's working very well. Okay? And this is on the planets. You know, our planet, this small tiny bubble, has been hosting life since 3,500 billion years. It is the most efficient and oldest research lab ever. Everything that you see around you that is not man-made is a pure jewel of bioengineering. This one is one of them, one of the most incredible animals on Earth. There is a list of them. We could spend the whole day. Okay. This is the Amur Shrimp. Living in the sea, it's big like that, nearly 10 centimeters, less than 10 centimeters. It's well known because you see the two stuff in the front are hammers. They are used to break down shells. This little tiny animal can accelerate these hammers up to 10.4 G. One spaceship, you know, when you send spaceship to the Earth, it's 4 Gs. When it's manned inside, when there are people inside, when it's not, it's going to up to 6 or 7. This is accelerating 10.4 G. Means after 1 centimeter, it's already reaching 51 miles per hour. It's so fast and accelerating so fast that it's creating cavitation bubbles behind it. It's under the water. When you're moving in the water too fast, water can't flow behind you. So it's creating emptiness called cavitation bubbles. So when the shrimp eats something so fast, it's creating at the back some emptiness. So there is a first hit. After the pressure of the ocean is collapsing these bubbles to make a second impact. If the first one misses, the collapse of these cavitation bubbles definitely do it. Time is over already? I'm not half of it. So also these eyes are the best eyes ever. They can see IR, so infrared, ultraviolets, polarized lights, okay, better than everything that is man-made. I'm going to go fast. This technology, now we are just starting to, like babies, applying to, and we're already able to build new legs for our people. We also have some changing guys. This is Justin Trudeau in Canada that is changing changing things, trying to change things, in order to have this little girl at least enjoying the life that we have today, and maybe his daughter will also be able to enjoy the same life. Where we stand now is because of this guy, Mr. Descartes. He's a French philosopher. He wrote a book called La Méthode, and in this book, one main idea is, if you need to tackle a big problem, you need to split it in small parts and tackle each small parts one after the other. It leads to something that is very engineered process and led to everything that you know today. The hierarchy in your offices, the government, everything. Another led to chain work, where every guy is screwing, tightening a bolt and going to the other that is going to do something else, and no one is taking care of what is after and what is before. This guy is Edgar Morin, another philosopher, who wrote a second book called exactly the same, La Méthode. La Méthode, his method is a little bit different. It's when you have to tackle a big problem, you split it in small parts. Oh, already heard that. But the big difference is each part that you're going to tackle, you do it while keeping in mind the big goal you want to achieve. For example, these guys that are tightening bolts, if you ask them, according to Descartes, what are you doing? They will tell you, I'm tightening bolts. If you ask in the Edgar Morin way, what are you doing? They will say, I'm building a spaceship. So the way you're thinking when you're tightening your bolt is different. You're not just tightening bolts. You're building a spaceship where people are going to go there. It's going to be a link for humanity to go somewhere. So the goal is different. The way you will tackle your task is going to be different. Every choice you're going to do while doing it is going to be going forward to this main aim, that is building a spaceship. This is making a big difference, because then every little problem on Earth is part of a bigger one. Okay? There is a fruit, a vegetable that is doing this, showing this. It's the Romanesco cauliflower. Okay? It's made of some bulges, and the more you zoom out, the pattern is repeating again and again. Imagine that each of these bulges is one problem, and when you zoom out, it's being part of another problem that is part of a bigger problem, 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 that is part of a bigger problem. So this is our bubble. So you wanted me to speak about sustainable design. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. No. According to me, all this is just design. When I'm speaking about design, I'm not speaking about designers. I'm speaking about biologic engineers. I'm speaking about civil engineers, businessmen. Mr. Big It should be also aiming at the benefits of the world instead of just making money. All this is sustainable design. It's just design. It's just common sense. It's just having in mind, always keeping in mind, whatever you do, teaching, listening to TED, what is the main goal? And there is only one. Thank you very much.